She had boiling water and came at me with boiling water.
You shot her?
Yeah. She said she was going to rebuke me in the name of Jesus and came at me with boiling water.
We're getting our first look at the body camera video of the night Sonya Massey was killed. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Dawn Sterling. Illinois State Police released the body camera footage this afternoon on their YouTube page. The 36-minute video shows the entire encounter between Sonya Massey and Sangamon County deputies. Tonight we have team coverage of that video. We start with News Channel 20's Julia Rosier. Julia, you watched it.
Yeah, Dawn, I've seen it all. The video is 36 minutes long. Most of it is from the body camera of the second deputy who responded to the scene, not Sean Grayson, the former deputy who is now charged with murder. In the video, you can see former deputy Sean Grayson and the other deputy, whose name has not yet been released, searching Massey's property for a prowler. At 1:18 a.m., the deputies entered her home. You can see her go into the kitchen where she was boiling a pot of water. It was about 3 minutes after deputies entered her home when she was shot.
Away
from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I
rebuke you in the name of
You better not. I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
You can then see Grayson pulled his firearm. Massey then put her hands in the air and said, "I'm sorry," and ducked for cover before being shot. We're not airing that part of the video, but you can find the whole unedited video on our website. In studio, I'm Julia Rosier. Back to you.
Thanks, Julia. We have learned Grayson's body camera was activated after Massey was shot, but the other deputy's body camera was on the entire time. Tonight, civil rights attorney and Sonya Massey's family representative Ben Crump reacting to that video. We continue our team coverage now with News Channel 20's Carolina Hassett, who joins us live now with the emotional plea.
It was another emotional day at the NAACP here in Springfield as Sonya Massey's family faced the public for the first time. Attorney Ben Crump described that video as shocking, heinous, and disturbing. Now, Crump was joined by the Massey family and Senator Doris Turner. Crump said that black women don't get the consideration or respect in America. He referenced one of her last words, which were, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus."
The only time I'm going to see my baby again is when I leave this world. But every member of Congress needs to vote today so that nobody else in this United States of America has to go through what we're going through.
Now, Crump said he will fight for complete justice for Sonya Massey, including figuring out how the deputy got hired, as well as urging Congress to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. Now, during the press conference, Sonya Massey's father demanded that Sheriff Jack Campbell resign. In Springfield, I'm Carolina Hassett. Back to you.
Carolina, thanks for that update. The community came together this afternoon to hold a peace walk in honor of Massey. People marched from Pleasant Grove Baptist Church to Cox Park to call for peace. The event then turned into a barbecue at the park with an open mic for anyone who would like to speak. Carson Gordy joins us live now from that gathering. Carson?
Many people are gathered here at Cox Park in Springfield to honor the life of Sonya Massey, who was fatally shot over 2 weeks ago. Numerous people here wearing t-shirts with their name on them. And we're going to step out of the shot just real quick. These are the people that have come together to honor their lives. You know, they're providing free burgers, hot dogs, snacks, and water. They're playing music. The kids are playing on the jungle gym. So they wanted to make this a way where they could honor her life. And, you know, and I spoke to two people who personally knew her. They both said the same thing. She was a very kind person. She was a person who loved God. One of the people that I talked to was a kid named Alfred who lived right down the street from Sonya. He was friends with her daughter. And he said she was a super nice and infectious person. Every single time they saw each other, Sonya would give him a hug. And after he found out that she died, he cried in his mom's arms. I'm Carson Gordy. Back to you.
Certainly tough. Thanks, Carson. That gathering is open to the community. It's happening at the park until 8 p.m. Sean Grayson is charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. He pled not guilty during his first court appearance last week. The judge denied him pretrial release. He is in the Menard County Jail. Following The release of the body camera footage, President Biden released a statement on the shooting of Sonya Massey. The president said in part, quote, "When we call for help, all of us as Americans, regardless of who we are or where we live, should be able to do so without fearing for our lives." Sonya's death at the hands of a responding officer reminds us that all too often Black Americans face fears for their safety in ways many of the rest of us do not. End quote. You can read the president's full statement on our website, newschannel20.com. Well, tonight we are looking at the body camera footage of the night Sonya Massey was killed. Good evening and thanks for being with us here tonight. I'm Dawn Sterling. Illinois State Police released the body camera footage this afternoon on their YouTube page. The over 30-minute video shows the entire encounter with Sonya Massey and what she had with Sangamon County deputies. And we'll bring you team coverage this evening, breaking down the footage and out live in the community where reactions are pouring in. News Channel 20's Julia Rosier watched the video in its entirety and joins us in the studio. Julia?
Dawn, Deputy Sean Grayson opened fire at Sonya Massey about 3 minutes after entering her home. She called 911 because she thought there was a prowler outside her home. The deputies searched outside but didn't find anything. They entered her home to get more information about the incident. During the encounter, Massey takes a pot of boiling water off the stove. Grayson drew his gun and fired shots.
I'm gonna go get my kit.
No, if you headshot, dude, she's done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot.
Both deputies stood with their guns drawn for more than a minute before Grayson got a medical kit out of his squad car. We have learned that Grayson's body camera was activated after Massey was shot, but the other deputy's body camera was on the entire time. In studio, I'm Julia Rosier. Back to you.
Thank you, Julia. You can find the whole unedited video on our website. And into our newsroom just minutes ago, a statement from Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell. He says in part about the release of the body camera video that Grayson had other options available that he should have used. His actions were inexcusable and do not reflect the values of or training of our office. He will now face judgment by the criminal justice system and will never again work in law enforcement. The community has gathered multiple times since the initial announcement of Massey's death. Last week, Sonya Massey's family was able to view the body camera footage ahead of the public release. Now, they met with ISP's officials and prosecutors at the NAACP building to go over evidence in the case and the charges against Sean Grayson. Attorney Ben Crump, who is taking on the case, as well as Sonya Massey's family, addressed the public for the first time after that body camera footage was released. News Channel 20's Carolina Hassett was there, and she has more on their emotional plea for change.
It was another emotional day here at the NAACP in Springfield where Sonya Massey's family faced the public for the first time. Attorney Ben Crump describing that video as shocking, heinous, and disturbing. Crump was joined by the Massey family and Senator Doris Turner. Crump said that Black women don't get the consideration or respect in America. He referenced one of her last words, which were, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus."
Where is the humanity? Where is the training until we get justice for Sonya Massey? We rebuke this discriminatory criminal justice system in the name of Jesus.
Crump said he will fight for complete justice for Sonya Massey, including figuring out how the deputy got hired, as well as urging Congress to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. Now, during the press conference, Sonya Massey's father demanded Sheriff Jack Campbell resign. In Springfield, I'm Carolina Hassett. Back to you.
Thanks, Carolina. Crump said experts are currently going through and studying the body camera footage. And the deputy who shot Sonya Massey is now facing 5 criminal charges, including 3 counts of first-degree murder. Sean Grayson indicted by a grand jury last week, and a judge has ordered he remain in custody before his trial. He has pled not guilty. His next court date is set for August. Well, the community came together again this afternoon to hold a peace walk in honor of Sonya Massey. People marched from Pleasant Grove Baptist Church to Cox Park to call for peace. The event then turned into a barbecue at the park when an open mic happened where anyone who wanted to could speak. The community is coming together to honor the life of Sonya Massey. News Channel 20's Carson Gordy joins us live in Springfield with the latest.
Many people are here at Cox Park in Springfield to honor the life of Sonya Massey with activities, music playing in her honor. I spoke to one of the organizers of the event after that body cam footage of her death was released. She says it was important to provide people an outlet. I spoke to other people who personally knew Sonya. They say she was a loving, gentle, and God-fearing woman who would give them a hug every time they met. A boy named Alfred who knew Sonya and her daughter was shocked by her death.
It was very sad, and I just started. My mother, she was right there next to me. We just hugged. I started crying. I just couldn't pull myself together. It was very sad.
The organizer of the event says she met Sonya's family. She added that they were warm and they wanted peace and justice in the aftermath of her death. I'm Carson Gordy. Back to you.
Thank you, Carson. The event will happen and continue to go until 8 tonight. And President Biden issuing a statement on Sonya Massey's death today. He said in part, Sonya's family deserves justice. I am heartbroken for her children and her entire family as they face this unthinkable and senseless loss. Jill and I mourn with the rest of the country. Our prayers are with Sonya's family, loved ones, and community during this devastating time, end quote. To see the full statement, and others, you can just go to our website. And we will continue to bring you updates on this story and the former deputy's trial as we get them. We will keep you up to date on air and on our social media pages, on our website as well. And all of our previous stories are located under the topic Sonya Massey. We're continuing our coverage into the death of Sonya Massey. Sangamon County Coroner officially calling it a homicide. The coroner says Massey's cause of death was a gunshot wound to the head. Massey was shot after an encounter with deputies who were called to the area for reports of a prowler. News Channel 20's Julia Rosier joins us now with more.
The video is 36 minutes long. Most of the video is from the body camera of the second deputy who responded to the scene and not Sean Grayson, the former deputy who is now charged with murder. The video starts out with the deputies walking around Sonya Massey's house looking for a prowler. During the search, one deputy spotted a car in the driveway with a busted out window. Deputies then knocked on Massey's door and rang the doorbell for about 3 minutes before she answered.
What do you need help with?
Nothing. I just wanted to see if y'all could help me.
What do you want help with?
Huh?
What do you want help with?
I heard somebody outside.
Yeah, we checked your house, we checked your backyard. I walked all the way through all these backyards. We checked your front yard. We didn't see nobody, so nobody's out here.
Deputies searched the property and talked to Massey on her porch.
It took you so long to answer the door.
Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir. I'm sorry. I was trying to get
I got you. All right. Is there anything else we can do for you?
Huh?
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir.
While the other deputy goes to the driveway to look at the vehicle, Grayson stays at the front door talking to Massey. You can then see Grayson go inside the home. We cannot hear the conversation in the video leading up to him going inside, but a few minutes later you can see her go into the kitchen where she was boiling a pot of water. It was about 3 minutes after deputies entered her home when she was shot.
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
I rebuke you in the name of
You better not. I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
It was right after this when Grayson pulled his firearm. Massey put her hands in the air and said, "I'm sorry," and ducked for cover before being shot. We have decided not to show you the entire video on air. We have learned that Grayson's body camera was activated after Massey was shot, but the other deputy's body camera was on the entire time. You can find the whole unedited video on our website. In studio, I'm Julia Rosier.
Thanks, Julia. Sonya Massey's family was able to view the body camera footage last week. And the deputy who shot Sonya Massey is now facing 5 criminal charges, including 3 counts of first-degree murder. Sean Grayson, indicted by a grand jury last week, and a judge has ordered he remain in custody before his trial. He has pled not guilty. His next court court date is in August. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who is also representing Sonya Massey's family in this case, spoke today after the body camera video was publicly released. News Channel 20's Carolina Hassett was there and has more on their emotional plea for change.
It was another emotional day at the NAACP in Springfield, where Sonya Massey's family faced the public for the first time. Attorney Ben Crump describing the video as shocking, heinous, and disturbing. Crump was joined by Senator Doris Turner and members of the Massey family, including her father, who demanded change.
I was under the impression that a prowler had broke in and killed my baby. Never did they say that it was a deputy-involved shooting until my brother read it on the internet.
Her father said every member of Congress needs to vote so nobody else in the world has to go through what they are going through. Crump said he is fighting for complete justice for Sonya Massey's family, which includes figuring out why the deputy was hired and passing the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. Now, during the news conference, Sonya Massey's father demanded Sheriff Jack Campbell resign. In studio, I'm Carolina Hassett. Back to you.
Carolina, thanks. Crump said experts are now going through and studying the body camera footage. Reactions about the footage continued to come into the newsroom throughout the day. A statement from the Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police said in part, upon watching the video, it is obvious that the actions of the now former deputy do not represent values and training of the hardworking men and women of this honorable profession. And the mayor of Springfield also issued a statement today.
We understand the anger and fear that this incident has created within our community. We also share in your outrage, and we stand firmly with you. There is no excuse for this violent act, and we demand accountability and justice for Sonya.
All of the statements we've received are up on our website in full. The Springfield community came together tonight to honor the life of Sonya Massey in a peaceful manner. News Channel 20's Carson Gordy was there and joins us now. Carson, what was the feeling out there tonight?
With a march and a barbecue, hundreds of local residents gathered to peacefully remember Sonya Massey and pray that she earns justice after the fatal shooting.
It was very powerful, just seeing all the people come out from our community, different ages, different races, different sexual orientations, all coming together for one cause, which is to get justice for Sonya Massey.
I mean, I'm here with misty eyes right now, literally, because even just talking about this.
With the Illinois State Police releasing the body cam footage of the fatal shooting of Sonya Massey, organizers thought it was important to provide an outlet for the public to peacefully gather and honor her life.
And have people come up here, be able to express themselves on the open mic. The kids are playing basketball, we've got face painters, and we've got free haircuts and free food. So the family of Sonya Massey comes in peace. They don't want anybody destroying our community, and we have to come together, you know, to spread love and peace.
I knew her personally. It was my friend's mother. Just was always happy. It felt like I never seen her sad personally. But I only seen her a few times anyway, but I just knew her. And I feel like she always gave me hugs, and it was just sad.
The people I spoke to who knew her said she was nice, gentle, and God-fearing.
My mother, she was right there next to me. We just hugged. I started crying. I just couldn't pull myself together. It was very sad.
There was also a petition being circulated around the event. They're looking for an investigation into Sangamon County's decision to hire Sean Grayson. Massey's family and their lawyers have brought up concerns about his arrest record and working for 6 departments in 4 years. I'm Carson Gordy. Back to you.
Thank you, Carson. At this time, we are still working on confirming the reasons why Grayson left each individual department. News Channel 20 is working for you. We have been covering this story since it broke over 2 weeks ago. You can head over to our website, newschannel20.com, to see our coverage from the shooting, the protests, and Sonya's homegoing services.
Thanks for watching. Stick around by subscribing today and don't miss a single video.